Hello. Welcome to Marx Festival 2013, organized the Coming Society in Left 21.
You are invited to Cyber Marx, Communization and Insurrection, in the Age of Semiocapitalism. It is a talk hosted by activist Ni Chan.
What exactly does it mean to be a materialist revolutionary today, in an age where growth is driven by the deluge of images and brands generated by what Baudrillard has called the political economy of the sign? Where, despite whatever nostalgia we may have for the hidden abode of production, the real economy of industrial production, outsourced to the hinterlands of the East, a growing proportion of the global proletariat can be found performing informal services, attending inquiries at call centers, standing behind counters at franchise fast food chains, or doing data entry and processing jobs at home or at cafes, where value can no longer be deduced from the calculus of classical political economy, but derives from the symbolic prestige that a commodity projects and promises.
Where the production, circulation, appropriation and expropriation of information has become a crucial conflict, marked with all of the tensions and contradictions of class struggle. If, as autonomous Marxists such as Christian Marazzi, Antonio Negri, Maurizio Lazzarato and Bifo Berardi have claimed, today's cognitive, or semiocapitalism, is built upon the parasitic extraction of value from the common and dynamic productivity of the general intellect, the combination of bodies, minds and capacities linked by networks of cooperation. Can we think about what this would mean for those of us who persist in calling ourselves communists, advocates of the common?
What sort of ontology would this entail or require? What is the place of subjectivity? Standing in the midst of a biogenetic revolution in which the human being has been reduced to an informational code, searchable in a universal data archive, the Human Genome Database, what does this imply for our conception of the human, inherited from an Enlightenment that appears more and more of an anachronism as time goes on?
Can we still presume, with these Enlightenment thinkers, that the dignity of the human should be upheld against the alienation of the machine? Or should we rethink the relationship that human beings have with their technological appendages and the capacities that are produced in these connections? One that does not privilege the subject or the human at the expense of the conjunctions that are established between the human and what is beneath or beyond the human?
This talk will attempt to develop a discussion on these very subjects, contextualizing and introducing the comprehensive re-evaluation of Marxist thought that this group of Italian thinkers has engaged in since the hot Italian summer of 1968 and the autonomia movement of 1977, as well as touching upon the work of others who sought to rethink the meaning of revolution after the developments of 1968, when the metropolitan world restructured itself to become what we now call post-Fordism. Gilles Deleuze and Felix Guattari, Jean Baudrillard, Paul Virilio, André Gores, Giorgio Agamben and T. Kuhn.
All of this is done with an eye to connecting these currents in thought to the practice of autonomism and anarchist organization throughout the last 30 years, from the German Autonomen to the Occupy movement of last year.
Please check out our website for more details, or search Marxism Festival HK on Facebook.
The Coming Society is a bookstore and art space in Hong Kong. Our aim is to bring together people and perspectives to imagine the world differently. We sell second-hand books with titles in literature, arts, philosophy, social science and history, both English and Chinese. We organize talks, book launches, movie screenings and many concerts on a weekly basis for anyone who are interested in social affairs, art and culture.